policies. You have policies, including a war policy. By the way, I don't know, I'm just going to go a little digression. The 2007 panel on Canada's future role in Afghanistan consisted 60% of members of oil companies, including Trans-Canada Pipeline. They wrote a policy in Afghanistan. Did you know that? Our war policy was written by oil companies. You may not have known that.
No, I didn't.
Shame. You might be a fascist. You might be a fascist. Now this is something that all fascist entities throughout the 20th century, there's been studies that show that fascist companies, fascist entities and governments share certain practices. One of the practices is an established policy of sexism. Okay? They actually do this. They actually punish women's groups. They try to maintain the power because, you know, women are viewed as a left-wing fringe group. In Canada, our government actually is ironically views women as a left-wing fringe group. Okay, and they stopped funding women's groups. So you might be a fascist if you're a sexist. You might be a fascist if you suspend Parliament. I'm just saying, you know, that if you don't allow the Democratic opposition to have a voice, you might be a fascist. That's all I'm saying. You know, when you have plutocracies that control elections and they control elections by skirting democratic laws, when you skirt democratic laws and you control the authorities that investigate those skirting of the laws, you might be a fascist. Or at least authoritarian. I'm using the fascist word just to be hyperbolic, but at the same time you might be authoritarian.
Yeah, but I my white balance up. I had to.
If you have an intent to suppress voter turnout because you do not believe in democracy, the fundamental nature of authoritarianism or neo-fascism is to suppress democracy because you want to control it. So, if you suppress voter turnout, you might be a fascist. By having contempt for Parliament. When Parliament says, hey, you know, we want to see the budget for all these damn warplanes because you want to start wars. You know, your corporations are going to make a ton of money fighting wars. So let's just see how much taxpayers' money is going to go into funding this investment into war, you know? But when they say, no, we're not going to show you the budget, you know, you have contempt for Parliament. When you have contempt for Parliament, you therefore have contempt for democracy. If you have contempt for democracy, you might be a fascist. Another thing that's shared, there's nothing wrong with being a patriotic Canadian. Nothing wrong with being a patriotic Canadian. Right? Nothing wrong. What's wrong is when you're such a patriotic Canadian that you're a jingoist. Many people don't know the word jingoist. But a jingoist is a person who is an ultra-racist to the point that they are xenophobic and afraid of others. Okay? If you're a jingo, if your government promotes policies of jingoistic nationalism, you might be a fascist and you may not know it. I'm actually getting told to wrap up, so hold on one second. All right, here's the thing. Where are you? If your government suppresses your rights to freedom and liberty by passing unjust laws that allow for warrantless spying on you, you are a fascist. If you defend corporate rights at the expense of public well-being, you might be a fascist. Now listen, I'm really sorry. Of course, these are all just contentious issues in a democracy, and I'm being hyperbolic by talking about this, but it actually, I'm just saying you might be a fascist. Anyway, now listen, our next speaker is Wayne Smith. Everybody knows that our election system is actually flawed. We need election reform. Election reform.